Hey, how y'all doing? Welcome to another edition of the Disney News Update. This time for December 23rd, aka Festivus. Happy Festivus, one and all.
Also, AKA Christmas Adam.
What does
That's
that
what we
mean?
call it in our family.
Why?
Christmas Adam because it comes before Christmas Eve.
That's really funny. I like that.
Anti-gravity.
Seriously, haven't talked to you in like 2 weeks, and this is where we're going to start.
Well, then I might as well get them all out now. Hey, how about them Jags?
Well, they won yesterday, so I can assume you're picking on the Jets and not my Cowboys.
Okay, fair enough.
Hi, I'm Doobie. I'm the co-founder of Laughing Place. Therefore, I am somehow, probably in some weird way, this guy's boss, and yet he's still picking on me. This guy being Kyle Burbank, the managing editor here at Laughing Place.
Hello, from the frozen tundra of Missouri.
What is the temperature like?
It's right now. Let me get this live. It is only -4. Actually, no, it just improved. It's 0 now, but the wind chill with the 19-mile-per-hour winds feels like -22.
You're joking, right?
No, it's really that cold right now. Feels like
it is
-22.
It is 43
That's
degrees.
not Celsius.
Right? I'm in Northern California. It is 43 degrees. I'm in a house with the heater on, so it's still cold though. And as far as I'm concerned, it is as cold as humans are capable of living in. And you are telling me where you are, it feels 60 degrees colder?
Apparently, yeah. I mean, when you layer up and you go outside, it doesn't feel that bad until the wind, and then you're like, oh my gosh, I've made terrible decisions. So we've been taking our dog out. We've been carrying her so she doesn't have to walk in the snow. But yeah, it's been fun. And you can't see it, but I have my Hoth Spirit jersey on because it seemed appropriate.
Wow. Oh, I can't even imagine. Yeah. In the words of Eddie Murphy.
I think most of the country is like this, though.
Yeah, I know. I know. And it's not as if we live in a place where you don't have freedom of movement.
It's true.
People choose.
It's not usually like this, though. I think this is probably it's been like 0 before, but I don't think we've ever had wind chills like this. And then later this week, it's supposed to get up to like 55. It doesn't make sense.
I feel like that kind of
55 is still cold for you, but 55 is very nice for me.
That kind of shift in weather over the course of just a few days could actually kill you. I feel like the human body can't handle that kind of shift.
But we are here to talk about Disney news, believe it or not football and weather.
Are we? Football and weather is a good subject to me. All right, let's talk some Disney news. Oh, see, Genie Plus says it's only is it only -1 or only -1? I'm going
only -1. They're only like 3 hours away from me, so a little further north than west.
Freedom of choice, people. Freedom of choice. There are places. What's it like? Now we're transitioning to Disney right now. In Orlando right now, it is 68 degrees.
And in the world of theme parks, Dollywood's going to be closed for Christmas because it's so cold there, which is very sad.
Yeah, it is.
I have jokes, but I'm not going to make them.
I feel happy for their cast, though. I mean, Dollywood seems like the kind of place where they would give the cast Christmas Day off anyway. I was surprised that they actually opened. So
working on Christmas is sometimes fun if you enjoy who you're working with. I used to work in a movie theater, so I'd work on Christmas, and sometimes it was a pain, and other times it was nice. Especially like I've lived away from my family for a while, so It was kind of nice to be at work. And
it's easy to forget sometimes. Not everyone has a family to spend Christmas with, and working on Christmas, it kind of can be that familial thing. Not to mention, not everyone celebrates Christmas. So anyway, let's get to some Disney. I see people in here are pushing us. Welcome back, Magic Kingdom train. We're going to get to the Magic Kingdom train in just a moment. We're waiting we have a nice full video that's currently uploading to YouTube. So I'm sure I will get an alert from our producer as soon as that's ready to show. We're going to have Jeremiah Good live with us this morning. He is at the Magic Kingdom. He's ridden the train. We have tweets and pictures we're going to be looking at. That is the exciting news.
I have a Disney TikTok.
Yeah, the Disney TikTok. Yes, I do have that. After more than 4 years being closed, is that accurate? 4 years?
Yeah, this has been quite a while.
This isn't Disneyland where the whole park was closed for one of those years. Disney World was only closed for a few months. So after more than 4 years of being closed, the Walt Disney World Railroad has opened this morning. Guests can walk in, wait for all the vloggers to get done, and then regular guests can go and ride the Walt Disney World Railroad. So that's exciting. We're going to get to that in just a moment with some tweets with Jeremiah, we're going to show a full ride-through video. But first, like we start most of these shows, we're going to look at the stock price. Not today. Who cares what the stock price is today? The stock market is essentially closed the day before Christmas. What we care about is how it's been doing in the 1 month since Bob Iger has taken over. Kyle, analysis.
It's not his fault, obviously. Like, he can't just imagine. I mean, he did get a rally when he came back, but no, this is other factors at play, partially. Like, there's Avatar, which he was a champion of, so he could take blame for that. But I think that's also a little bit premature. Yeah, Avatar did come below expectations for its opening weekend, but people seem to forget that the first one, it only made 75 its first weekend and then just kept making 75 million every weekend. I'm not saying that this will do that, but I think it's still a little bit premature to write it off as a loss. But then this is also the majority of this would be attributed to the greater economic factors and the Federal Reserve raising interest rates once again. And yeah, so it's not just an indicator of how the CEO is doing, although that's obviously when they want to fire somebody, they can use that regardless.
Kyle Burbank, everyone. Bob Iger apologist. He can do no wrong. Chapek can do it right.
I'm not saying he can't change it all overnight, and he can't be like, hey, let's not release this $1 billion movie because I don't think it's gonna be up to snuff. But we hopefully, there's a thing called the Santa Claus Rally. It usually starts today and goes through the first couple of days of the new year, where stocks tend to rise. The general market tends to rise overall. So we'll see, because I would appreciate that.
So what you're saying is the smart money is to buy as much Disney stock as you can right now, sell it in a week and a half, and just pocket some quick money.
Not saying that at all. Not financial advice. We need a disclaimer.
I know. Seriously, I got to be careful with that.
SEC is gonna.
Laughing place told me. Yeah, I got it. Lurking. I got it. It's on my list. All right, let's get to the choo-choo, okay? We don't have Jeremy yet. We don't have the video yet, but we need to look at the choo-choo, talk about the choo-choo a little bit, and then we'll come back to it later if we need to. This is what Jeremiah was greeted to this morning. A glorious sight.
Leaving him behind. I know it's been a few years, but the Magic Kingdom sign used to say Walt Disney World or something, right?
It did?
Said it was always the Magic Kingdom. Did it say the Magic Kingdom or something? I felt like something changed with it.
Pictures or it didn't happen, okay.
Okay.
Walt Disney World Railroad is back today. It has I'm going to talk about the Bob Iger letter. That was a big deal earlier this week. So we are going to talk about that. I'm not sure who it was sent to. Our son
it started off as D23, and then it kind of made its way to other people. They had their email address.
Yeah, because I got it. I'm a D23 member, but not a gold member. My son got it. He's a gold member. He got it right away. I got it the next day. So anyway, we're going to... Ooh, we have a question. Does Blizzard Beach close for rain? How cute is that?
They don't close for rain usually. Lightning is more the issue, and if it's going to be heavy, if it's going to be inclement weather all day, but obviously it rains every day at 3 during the summer, and they don't.
Right.
They might. Yeah, we've been to the attractions for that, but
we've been to not Blizzard Beach, but Typhoon Lagoon in heavy rain, and it's a lot of fun as long as there was no lightning. I'm sure at some point they close it. I'm sure at some point, if it's raining all day, they may not even open it. But we have been there when a rainstorm has come through without lightning, heavy rain, and it's actually pretty fun to be at a water park in the rain because you know what, you don't care if you get wet.
Exactly. I've seen people run out of the pool when it starts raining. I'm like, you're in the water. Yes, if it's lightning, of course, that's a bad idea to be there. But if it's just raining, it's kind of funny.
All right, back to the train. Jeremiah says, so as we know, the train has a new narration, which I have not heard at all. I'm excited to hear it, both in terms of the words said and the person saying it. But the new narration is so much fun with some extra magic for Fantasyland and, of course, Tron. And then Jeremiah sent along some pictures from the train. Here's a well-timed one with the train looking at train going by Big Thunder Mountain. Storybook Circus, Barnstormer here. Of course, Tron. Wow, how cool is this going to be when Tron is running to just have this? I'm guessing this wood won't be here anymore. That's probably temporary.
Probably.
You know, I don't know if this is the launch or coming, if this is going in or going out, but either way, that's going to be a cool view. And of course, the view of the Contemporary, because there's no real berm on this section. So again, we will have Jeremiah later on. Check my messages. I see I have one. It is not from Jeremiah. And we also will have a full train video. So again, when that is available, our producer will let us know and we will show that. We do have one more train video though right now. So Jeremiah got to talk to cast member John, not just any cast member, but a blue tag cast member. Disney, what do they call those, legends, Kyle?
Legacy Award.
Legacy. Geez, legends is a much bigger deal. No offense to John, but you're not a Disney legend yet. Trash man. So let's listen to what cast member John has to say about what the train's return means to him.
So trains are super important to my family. My grandfather and great-grandfather were both engineers on the steel mules trains in Pittsburgh. So when I ended up here at 17 years old, my grandmother was absolutely excited to know that I was continuing on our legacy of the railroad. And my family is joining us on our first round trip today as we get to have that special moment as a family to bring the steam trains back into our house and keep one more generation. And I'm introducing my family, my niece and nephews, to the train. And my niece was born 2 years ago. So this is her first ever trip on the Walt Disney World Railroad. I'm super excited to share that with her.
How weird is that? First ever trip. The train's been closed so long that he has a 2-year-old niece that's never been able to go on it before.
Yeah. I loved watching the monorail go by in the background of that shot. I don't know if you did the same thing. I was kind of transfixed.
I did notice that. I wanted to wear my Disney World transportation shirt today, but I think I wore it already. Monorail. Let's see what we got here. Oh, we've got some additional info on John. Let's get his picture back up there since we've got it, and I can give this additional info. John is John Dontrick. He used to be a conductor and is now a leader at the Magic Kingdom. So pretty cool. Glad he got to be a part of this media event. He doesn't have that typical train conductor look. I expect he's clearly under 50. If you're under 50 and a train conductor, I'm not sure I trust you to drive the train. There's a way you're supposed to look to drive the train.
You want like the train equivalent of Sully Sullenberger?
Yeah, exactly. I always feel safe on an airplane, but when a 22-year-old got the 4 stripes, you're like, no, I'm kidding.
On those connection flights, that's gonna happen.
Good point here. Stat Boy says Tony, our own Tony Betty, used to be a conductor. Yeah, not on the train I was riding on. I'm pretty sure. All right, so we've got some talk here about that letter that Bob Iger sent out. So who did you say you think got it?
I believe it began with D23 members and then probably just went to other names in the Disney database.
And we did get it, or I got it long after Gideon got it. I think Gideon got it earlier because of their prior relationship at that one shareholders meeting, would be my guess.
Yeah. When the CEO lies to a 6-year-old's face, he feels a little bit bad about it and wants to follow up 7 years later.
All right, so we can't just leave that hanging out there. Back, I think it was 2015, the shareholders meeting was here in San Francisco. And during the question and answer session, my son Gideon got up there and asked Bob Iger on his own. He wanted to ask a question and he came up with this question on his own, not prompted by dad. Asked Bob Iger if they planned to change the name of Disney's Hollywood studio, Disney MGM studio. No, Disney's Hollywood Studios.
It was Hollywood.
It was already Hollywood. And he asked him, and Bob Iger said, no, they have no plans to change the name. And then Tom Staggs, from the front row of the audience, interrupts him and said, "Actually, Bob, we do have plans." So Bob Iger says, "We do have plans," and they kind of became this unsure thing. We do have plans. We're not ready to announce it. Yeah, it was very, very funny moment. It went. That was Gideon's already had his 50 minutes of fame. That went viral. It was on CNN. That was pretty fun. In hindsight, they did not change the name. Tom Staggs has lost his job as a result, and Gideon was among the first to get this email from Bob. There you go. So anyway, on to this letter. Yeah, Steve. Just sorry, when I take those breaks, I'm getting a message from the producer who just told me that, as I just said, and Tom Staggs lost his job, and we ended up with JPEG. But no, probably not related. This letter, written by Bob Iger. One of the fun things about this letter was seeing everyone get it around the internet and start posting on Twitter or on Facebook. I got this personal, which they knew it was a joke, but I got a personal letter from Bob Iger. Did you? And he signed it and everything. It was a lot of fun.
He signed an email. It's an authentic.
It was hilarious. People were having so much fun. And by the way, Bob Chapek, I did not get a letter from him last Christmas, so I'm just saying.
We gave him his heart. Our heart.
As we go ahead and read this thing. Kyle, you have a better reading voice than me. Can you see it?
As we approach the end of 2022, I want to take a moment to express my gratitude to the biggest Disney fans in the world, all of you. Disney is fortunate to have the most devoted and enthusiastic fans, and I was reminded of this a few weeks ago when I visited Disneyland Resort and attended Candlelight Processional. It was invigorating to be surrounded by so many guests who make what we do possible. We love your passion for our company and your enthusiasm for what we create, and we'll continue to do our best to exceed your highest expectations. You have to scroll.
I did. You have to catch up.
JLL, a brighter way. Okay. As you know, next year Disney will mark its 100th anniversary. We are immeasurably grateful to the generations of fans all around the globe who have invited our stories and characters into their lives, and look forward to celebrating the groundbreaking moments, the cherished memories, and the creative visionaries that made Disney the most beloved name entertainment over the past century. I like the allusions to the Disneyland opening day, like just the way the phrasing is. Anyway, during the coming year, Disney or D23 will launch a slate of exciting events to mark this historic milestone. Looking at all the opportunities ahead, I can honestly say there's never been a better time to be a Disney fan. It's an extraordinary privilege to lead this remarkable company again, and I am so grateful for your continued passion for Disney. On behalf of all of us at the Walt Disney Company, I wish you a wonderful holiday season and a very happy and prosperous new year. 2022 holiday season coverage is presented by Shop Disney.
And you can't see it in our recreation of the email, but it is ended with an authentic signature of Bob Iger, something he had to do to every single email, which I'm not even sure how you do that. So that's really
You take this into Antiques Roadshow, and they're going to be like, wow, this is quite a beauty. Could fetch a few hundred at auction.
So what are your feelings on this? And, you're into the zeitgeist. What was the internet's feeling on this letter?
People seem to make more of it than I did. It's a nice thing. It doesn't seem that like this is what makes him different. This is like such a great thing that he's doing to the fan. Like it's a marketing email. Like I don't know. It's a nice little gesture, and it's kind of funny that it's coming from him and not just the Disney company overall, where it could say basically the same thing, or from D23 for that matter. Like the fact that he mentions in that version of the email, presumably, I don't know if later ones did, but the way he says like, oh, D23 has a great slate of things. At the end of the day, it is a marketing email. But I guess, given the past couple of years and the way fans have felt it meant, oh, Bob is back. He's our CEO. And it's definitely smart of him. It's an easy win for him. But I guess I'm more cynical about it than others were.
Well, especially since there is a link in the email when he says during the coming D23 will launch a slate, yada, yada. There's this line, more information can be found here, where you can click here and go off to the what is this? The D23 article on what's coming up for the 100. So this is clearly a marketing email, which is fine. I mean, that's what good companies do. They market. and making it personal like this is all the smarter. But yes, seeing
it
it
is
as
kind of funny. Like, if you didn't get an email from Bob, well, you better make sure that the Walt Disney Company has your email address. You better just give them all of your personal data to make sure that they can contact you at any time.
Totally. You want
that's the lesson.
Which is the Disney difference. I mean, people want to make sure Disney has their email address. People want to hear from Disney. It is the Disney difference that people love to be marketed to by Disney. Which is crazy. I'm trying to see if I can.
A little bit of a Festivus preview there with one of the things I mentioned in my grievances about them not using my data to the greatest capacity.
Yeah, I can safely show this. Yeah, I can. Trying to make sure I don't have anything. Okay, we're safe.
Tubi@lockandplace.com. What if people know about that?
No, I'm looking at my. Okay, we're cool. We're cool. This is the image that accompanied the top of the email for those who want complete context. Whew. All right, let's see what we got here. Who is David Zaslav, Stat Boy?
I think he should change his name from Lurking to Roz because he's our producer. So
I get a lot of end of the year marketing emails. You know, it's been a great year and looking forward to. And like, just leave me alone. It's Christmas. You really need to market to me. It's the holidays. And then Disney is like, I got an email from Bob Iger. I got an email from Bob Iger. It's so funny. The head of Warner Brothers Discovery. Yeah, I think he's trying. He didn't send out an email because he's trying to hide from all the, not Neil Cavuto. What's his name? Superman.
Oh, Henry Cavill?
Henry Cavill. He's trying to hide from all the Henry Cavill fans. Do you have any thoughts on that?
I don't know what people were expecting if they're like, hey, you know, what we've been doing for however many years isn't working. We're going to bring in these two new guys to reimagine everything, and then they get mad when they start reimagining everything. I mean, it's just kind of funny that they gave the top job of DC to a guy whose DC film is among the lowest grossing, presumably. Like, the Suicide Squad was enjoyed by people who saw it, but not many people saw it in theaters, at least.
He's got the name recognition. Everyone knows James Gunn because of his, work on Marvel. So I listened to a fun podcast on that, the Flash Film Cast, talking about the background. All I knew was people were mad that Henry Cavill wasn't going to be Superman. So hearing that he actually went out there publicly and said, "Yeah, I'm signed up to be the next one," and they told him to do so. But whatever.
Was the DC? The DCEU is dead. It's now the DCU. So it's going to be different. Like, yeah,
it's going to fail. There's only one MCU, and even that's not going to last forever because, well, we don't know that. Did you see Avatar the Way of Water?
We both know hearts. What?
Did you see Avatar the Way of Water?
No.
Wow. How insulting to ask you. Coming up, today is Christmas Adam. And coming up in just 2 days, we have the Disney Parks Magical Christmas Day Parade on ABC, which is going to be aired live around the country this year. Well, I'm sorry. It's going to be aired at the same time around the country this year instead of time zones, if I'm not mistaken. Am I mistaken? I am not mistaken. So it'll be 10 a.m. Eastern time, which means 7 a.m. Pacific time. And looking forward to that. Let's watch a little bit of a preview of that. Share this tab instead. Click that. Click that. Share this tab instead. And get some audio.
Passing the phone to the incredible talent of this year's Disney Parks Magical Christmas Day Parade.
All right, Jimmy, without looking, how many of those people can you name?
That's a good question. Let's do this. By the way, no one gets on a trend 6 months later like corporate America. All right. Here we've got the guy from Blackish, the kid.
Counts. Marcus Scribner, I believe is his name.
We've got, is that the brother sister?
The Huffs.
Some sort of a wait. Who was that band? I recognize that guy. Who was that?
Those are the Black Eyed Peas. It's Will.i.am, Apple App, and Taboo, and I don't know the name of their new Fergie.
I think that's what she goes by.
The new Fergie, yeah.
But I knew that. I recognized Will, so I knew that was Black Eyed Peas. I'm proud of myself. Here we've got Megan Trainor. Did you know she's married to the kid from Spy Kids?
I definitely did know that.
I only know it because of TikTok. Here we've got a guy lucky enough to be on the Disney cruise. Do you know who it was?
That guy, no, I don't.
Do you know who these guys are?
I don't.
Is that
It's not in this 280p that I'm seeing it in.
I think it's Menudo.
I mean, it could be. Oh, they look older than 16 though, so it can't be Menudo.
Is that Sugar Ray?
Is that Sugar Ray? I don't think so. You think the guy, the gray hair guy, is Mark McGrath? Is that what you're suggesting?
Is that who he is, Mark McGrath?
I mean, that is not Mark McGrath, but the Mark McGrath is the lead singer. I don't think that's Mark McGrath, but Mark McGrath is the lead singer of Sugar Ray.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's what I was saying. I thought Sugar Ray was a guy, not a band.
Well, Sugar Ray Leonard is a guy.
I don't know who this is.
I think that's Neo.
I was going to guess Neo. Oh my goodness. And I have no idea why. Oh, because I was watching a Christmas, what are those Hallmark movies on BET last night. And Neo was the star. Yeah.
Where's Jordan Fisher? He had to be in there somewhere, right?
Is that her? No. Is that her? No.
Jordan Fisher is a guy.
Oh, really? I'm thinking of Jordan Sparks.
Yes.
Okay.
She might be in there somewhere, but Jordan Fisher is in every Disney thing. So it feels like
that boy knows who all those people are, which is a testament to how, I don't know what it's a testament to, but nothing to be proud of, Stat Boy. But again, in a feat of strength, why do Disney fans watch the Christmas Day Parade? For the commercials or, for the promos for the parks that are in between the actual performances that they don't care at all about. So
we're gonna get a first look at Tron. We've never seen that before.
What have we had before it actually opens? Testament to reading the press release.
Okay, well, I can read the press release, but I don't remember it weeks later. we post a lot of stuff. I don't know if you know that, Stat Boy.
Stat Boy's feat of strength is remembering every single thing that goes through his eyes.
But not remembering to tell me where the hell he is at any given point.
Oh, that's intentional. That's not forgetting. That's intentional. Who do we got? Have I heard from Germ yet? Man, Germ hasn't.
It's a long train ride, Doobie.
We've got nothing. Germ, you don't have to wait. He probably does have to wait for the upload to finish before he comes on with us.
Presumably.
Oh, the upload is done. Processing will begin shortly.
Ooh.
70 minutes left.
Very exciting.
All right. That's not good. We may not get to that. No, we're going to somehow show this choo-choo. I just don't know how. So Jeremiah, if you're out there, we're waiting for you. We'd like to talk to you.
Can we talk about the some of the things we spotted at Epcot yesterday? If you go to our homepage.
You're talking about okay, I'll go to our homepage.
There's a couple things. There's a new Wonderground figure that I think people will be interested in, as well as a replica of the pylons you'll find at the front of the park that you might need to do a credit check before you buy it.
Okay, I've got the pylons. I've also got some Disney 100 stuff. But yeah, let's start with the Wonderground. Go for it, Kyle. Your merchandise.
Yeah, so this is a new figure that Jeremiah found. It's a cute and adorable little figment. He looks definitely a little bit different, a different style, since this is like Wonderground, if you're not familiar, is artists that are, some of them work for Disney, some of them are just like contractors with Disney. But that's why it's a little bit more artistic license here with the figment. And he's standing on Spaceship Earth, and he's got a rainbow cloud. It's all very cute. I don't remember how much this one is. I don't believe it is as much as the other thing we're going to be talking about. But I really like this figure. I kind of wish, I don't know if I'd buy it as a figure just because I don't have a lot of room for such things. But if this was on, maybe not a t-shirt, but some other pieces of merch that I could wear and get more use out of, I think I would, because I really like that design.
One of the response to our tweets said, it reminds me of something I can't quite place my finger on it. Can you help them out? Do you know what it reminds them of?
I don't, but I will say that when you put them in this context, it kind of looks like Spyro the Dragon, a little bit more, the PlayStation game back in the day. They already like had a pretty comparable look, rather. A pin. So yes, I love that pin. Well, that's not a pin, is it? Or is that just the back? Is that the box, or is that actually a pin?
I think it's the box. The box.
Oh, well, if that was a pin, I'd buy it.
So I think I may have realized what it reminds him of. At least this is what I thought of. So you see Figment there, and now compare. Let me get a better imagery. Could that be it? Baby dinosaur in Land of the
Lost?
Yeah.
Yeah, it could be.
I think that's it. So yeah, we helped you out. I hope you're watching.
Land of the Lost, or maybe H&R Puff and stuff. Who knows?
Land of the Lost. Don't confuse those. See, some more merchandise. You talked about this one here.
So if you've been to Epcot in the past couple of years, you've probably seen these pylons. So this is, I believe, an Erebus Brothers. So it's crystal. It could be, they could just make this out of plastic. It would look basically the same. But this replica, because it's crystal, is I think $1,250. So you do you if that's something that you want. But I think a more affordable version of this could probably be made.
$1,250. But it is.
I like how they have the little 00 there to put next to it, just so people don't accidentally think it's only $12.50. They're like, oh, the decimal must be missing.
Jeremiah has put this on his shopping list, so if you like Jeremiah, want to make his day, go ahead and pick up one or two of these for him, and he'll be thrilled.
Wait till it comes to Shop Disney, and then buy it from laughingplace.com.
Yes, that is what we highly recommend. We have breaking train news.
I don't know if it's train news, it's train video from.
Hey, and we're living in the 2000s. Video is news. So there's a tunnel as you go next to Tron now, and everyone's been wondering, is there going to be anything in that tunnel? What's going to be said in that tunnel? Well, we have a 1-minute video going through that tunnel, which also allows us to hear the new narration. So let's check that out right now.
As you know, I love this railroad about as much as a
buffering, my favorite.
It's on me, guys. I don't know why I don't have a great internet connection here. I am plugged in.
That's how high quality this video is. I don't know if people know that.
By the rockets in Spaceport 75. The technology.
Unidentified users detected in upload content area. Scanning. Calculated. Locomotive maintaining trajectory. Intervention not required.
Ooh, fluorescent lights.
That's the secret that makes intergalactic.
So, what do you
It'd be
think,
better if
Kyle?
I got it in more than like 10 frames per second. All
Maybe
right.
we can show Benji's got his Fanboy's got his version. He may have a better internet connection. You can go ahead and show it.
No, it reminds me a little bit of, it's kind of like a piece of the People Mover
As you
in the
know,
train.
I love this railroad about as much as a songbird
this is
loves
smoother.
a woman. But I'm still awed by the rockets in Spaceport 75. The technology.
Unidentified users detected in unknown contact area. Scanning. Calculated.
The safety lights are kind of killing the vibe.
Maintaining trajectory. Intervention not required.
Nice. How excited was Jeremiah when it happened?
That's the secret that makes intergalactic.
Cool to have the windows. I like that.
Yeah, I'm excited to see. I know, unfortunately, Jeremiah probably won't be able to stay there till it gets dark, but I'm excited to see that at night, because then I think you won't see the work lights and the fire alarm as much. And then also, once the attraction's actually open, like one of my favorite parts in Shanghai was standing there and just watching the Tron facade. I mean, I probably stood there for a good 20 minutes just looking at that. So I think it's going to be really beautiful going through that tunnel at night. During the day, it's still cool. Like that first window where he comes by in the train and you could see Tron passing. That was very cool. So once this attraction's open and it's at night, I think that's going to be awesome.
Okay, good. I hope you're right. I was still hoping that somehow they would just make it dark all day and put the super speed tunnel in there, but
yeah, they could use some silly, I know it'd be corny, but just having a couple of light cycle projections, even if they're 8-bit or something tongue in cheek, I think that'd be
even
cool.
better. Yeah, 8-bit would have been perfect. Maybe get some Daft Punk playing while you're in there.
I was expecting you to hear D-Res.
Kyle, not only our managing editor, but also our human being box.
Yeah, I'm trying out for Police Academy 54, so.
Michael Winslow, not Kellen Winslow. He was a football player. All right, some news that has come up while we've been on the air. ABC is airing The Wonderful World of Disney every Sunday night in January, which is really exciting. I believe there are 5 of them this January, so they are reaching deep, deep, deep into the vault to show us some of their longest running classics over the past 100 years. We've got The Lion King, Beauty and the Beast live action. Wait, is Lion King live action?
Lion King is quote unquote live action.
Right. Beauty and the Beast live action. Finding Nemo, Iron Man, and The Avengers. So 100 years to call from, and they have gone back 10. So looking forward to the return.
That's the El Capitan is doing that marathon on the 1st. And it's celebrating 100 years, and it's basically just films from the 90s.
Do we know who voiced the new narration? I don't know who voiced the new narration. I'm hoping someone can find out because I am curious. I mean, there was a tiny media event this morning Jeremiah's at, so I would hope that's something we got an answer on.
I feel like the person asking the question probably knows the answer. But... Wow, he actually doesn't. I'm surprised. I thought that was a tee-up.
Remember, if you're on our Patreon feed, you get to see Statboy down there doing all this facial expressions and his behind-the-scene private chat.
I'm just excited he's sitting up now.
If you can find our Patreon link, we hide it very, very well. So that is Wonderful World of Disney starting this next Sunday, January 1st at 8 p.m. Is Bob Iger going to be? Don't make me.
I don't know which dog that is, but I'm enjoying it.
Is Bob Iger going to be hosting these like Walt Disney did in the old days? Do we know that?
Or Michael Eisner? I probably not. He didn't before. So unless he wants to, maybe after this email, he's like, I want to be the guy, and he's gonna Eisner it up. So
that would be such an easy way to make the fans happy, to introduce it Walt Disney style, Michael Eisner style. I would not be shocked.
I'm your favorite Bob.
He can go all. He can go all. Neil Patrick Carrick. You're watching ABC, and the C doesn't stand for JPEG. But considering he chose him, that might not come off quite as well. And in other breaking news, for those of you who like to track Santa on Christmas Eve, and who doesn't, Hulu.
Well, they can't do it on Twitter anymore, so you got to do it on Hulu.
Has that been banned on Twitter? Is that called doxing now?
I mean, jokingly, yes, that is technically against. Well, I guess technically, depend. I don't know if young kids are watching this. It's definitely against Twitter's rules because Santa is a real person, and you cannot.
Exactly. Just ask Natalie Wood. So, Tracking Santa, a Hulu ABC holiday special. ABC owned stations and Hulu teaming up to track Santa on his journey around the world. The new Tracking Santa technology makes it feel like you're riding along in Santa's sleigh, as close as Santa as you can get without being a reindeer. And the news team across all of the ABC-owned stations will be reporting on scenes of Santa sightings. One of the fun things we do in this country is track Santa on Christmas Eve. I love this idea, and I'm actually quite excited about this. Kyle?
Yeah, I'll check it out. I am very curious to know how Santa manages to do that. So I think it's about time we got a in-depth documentary about his process.
What do we got here?
We have Inception is what we have.
I know this is Fat Stat Boy sharing his screen, and I'm not sure why.
Oh, that's why. 20 minutes.
All right. Folks, I'm going to mute. I don't know if I'm going to mute myself, but we've got the full video of the train. This is the brand new Walt Disney World Railroad that has just opened this morning. And we finally have a full video of the Grand Circle Tour. It's about 20 minutes long. We're going to go ahead and show. We're going to leave our faces up here, but we may disappear here and there. You never know. We want you guys to enjoy all the 20 minutes. Enjoy. I expected it to be an on-ride video. But, okay. This makes more sense.
Welcome aboard, folks. We're beginning a Grand Circle tour of the Magic Kingdom. It stops along the way in Frontierland and Fantasyland. Sit tight and keep your hands, arms, feet, and legs well inside the train. We're currently departing Main Street Station. And if you're missing those friendly faces already, not to worry. On this train, it's never goodbye. It's always see you real soon. Para su seguridad, permanezca sentado y mantenga las manos, brazos, pies y piernas dentro del tren y cuide a los pequeños. Gracias. Friends, I'm so delighted you've joined us today. There's nothing I enjoy more than showing folks around this Magic Kingdom, especially because it's certified proof that in these parts, dreams really do come true. See, there was a time not so long ago that I was just a young fella on Main Street with a balloon in my hand and a wish in my heart that someday I'd be the conductor of this train. And wouldn't you know it, with a bit of gumption and a dash of magic, here I am. So believe it when I say that around here, anything is possible. See what I mean? Hope you packed a compass, because that, folks, is the sound of adventure. Adventureland, I should say. Whether navigating wild jungle rivers, swashbuckling with jolly buccaneers, or even just scaling a towering treehouse, there's always plenty to explore here in Adventureland. and even taller mountains. Yonder is Big Thunder Mountain, and its runaway mountain track. Where you'll find Grand in his landing place. So be sure to say hi. Those critters love when folks drop in. Hold those horses until we come to a complete stop. If you're disembarking, please carry your strollers all the way off the platform before unfolding. That'll help make room for any new buccaneers. Watch your step now. This is Frontierland Station.
You are downstairs, disembark.
I believe we are at a stop right now. And,
How many people do you think are disembarking?
I would love a view of that. That's a great question. 0.
I think you'd see people crossing. So
Yeah,
while we're at this stop, at Disneyland, my favorite thing is that there's the trains that some of them have the side seating where you're all facing a certain direction.
Yeah.
At Walt Disney World, is it all just regular benches or are there any side ones?
It's all forward facing. And Disneyland, I think they only have one forward facing. Most of them are facing out. But at Disney World, it's all forward facing, which is, more authentic.
I guess I really love the side seating ones at Disneyland. So,
for sure. For sure.
I'm not sure I've ever taken a full Grand Circle. I mean, I was probably a very little kid. I haven't done the Walt Disney World Railroad to my memory. So,
and as you guys heard, they still do have a mention of Splash Mountain. It's going to be around till next month? January it closes? So, interesting, and presumably one would hope they've already taken that into account and recorded what it's going to be like.
Today it will be closed. Actually, it closes January 23rd. So
Jeremiah, you're going to be right back here to hear their promo for Tiana's Bayou Adventure, hopefully, presumably. So Snap Boy has done a Grand Circle tour of the Disney World Railroad at least one time in the past.
Imagine that.
Hard to believe. I know. So, once again, we are on a Grand Circle tour of the new Walt Disney World Railroad, just reopened after 4 years. New narration. We are stopped at the Frontierland station, and in just a moment, we'll be continuing our journey and listening to the narration. It's a 20-minute round trip. We're about 5 minutes in, I think. Wanted to get this out as soon as possible, so we did not edit out the stop. That would have delayed it. So enjoy the view.
Takes away from the experience
of the boxes. It would have been okay to do some panning here, but I'm not one to, with the backyard quarterback.
Should we have one of our people make a highlight reel out of this?
That's not a bad idea, I think. But yeah, that's not a bad idea. But we don't have the original yet, right? We just have he still went straight to YouTube, I thought. So. Yeah, I would love to get into the mind of our cinematographer right now to know why we stuck with one shot for this whole stop.
Stat Boy is doing motions in the small chat. Again, Patreon.
All right, here we go.
Howdy, folks. If you're just joining us, a hearty welcome aboard. We're heading for our next stop, Fantasyland, before carrying on to Main Street, USA. Everybody stay seated and keep your hands and arms, feet and legs safely inside the train. And as always, keep an eye on your little ones. Para su seguridad, permanezca sentado y mantenga las manos, brazos, pies y piernas dentro del tren.
Sometimes I wonder about what could be over here beyond that mountain.
How much I love finding this. 'Cause then the trains have a mind of their own.
In this part of the narration.
The change in scenery means we've left the rattle and rumble of that old gold mine behind and entered my favorite leg of the journey. Lush wilderness, calm waters, and untamed beauty. Folks, we're in nature's wonderland. Isn't it something? Just think of the extraordinary things to see and do in these woods. Hiking trails, bird calls, fireflies, and starry nights. Setting out for adventure at sunrise. Telling the tale around a campfire that night. Considering how wonderful things are out here, I'm fortunate that some of my closest friends call it home. That village is a truly special place. Folks, we're just about out of the woods and into the forest. The enchanted forest of Fantasyland, where magic. Listen. Hear that?
There it is! On that big metal snake.
No, that's a tree.
It's not a snake. It's a train.
Train, huh? Well, I think it's finally time I trained my shadow to stay put. Hey! Get back here, Shadow! Shadow!
Oh, Tinkerbell, we really must find some stronger friends.
Is he calling the golden retriever from Homeward Bound?
And not just the forest. From the tips of castle spires to the sands under the sea, magic and happily ever afters await around every corner in Fantasyland. Friends, travelers, children of all ages, we're coming down the track and heading straight for the stupendous, the sensational, the spectacular epic Fantasyland Storybook Circus. This is the place to soar with Dumbo or join Goofy in his stunt plane for some airborne acrobatics. This station is also your gateway to the rest of Fantasyland and Tomorrowland. Now, please wait until the train has come to a complete stop. Gather your juggling pins, unicycles, and other belongings, and carry your strollers away from the platform before unfolding them. That way, we can start loading up for the next leg of our trip. For those disembarking, please watch your step, and thanks for traveling with us. I hope you join us again real soon. If you're staying aboard, our next stop is Main Street Station.
Glad all our viewers around the country get to see these cast members in their short sleeves and sunglasses this morning. So my sister, who's watching this, points out that the Rafiki's Planet Watch train does have side seating, so you face out. It's interesting. Big Thunder faces forward, right? Asbury Farm's Calico Mine train doesn't. It faces sideways, which is the scariest part of that ride.
Looks like we're on our way. And
In Paris, the trains have like little sections.
Next leg of our journey takes us to Main Street, USA. We'll head for
The actual
Frontierland
train,
after
the
that.
railroad, not
Stay
Big
seated
Thunder.
and keep your hands and arms, feet and legs inside the train at all times. Oh, and please keep an eye on your children.
Who's that?
Permanezca sentado y mantenga las manos, brazos, pies y piernas dentro del tren y cuide a los pequeños. Gracias.
Next up is a place that's always ahead of the curve, and not just because we're on a straightaway. Our metropolis of mechanical marvels, Tomorrowland.
Yeah. Would it work?
Here's the show building.
Interesting lack of narration here.
As you know,
Interesting
I love
lack
this
of,
about as much
show
as
here.
Songbird loves the morning. But I'm still awed by the rockets in Spaceport 75. The technology of it.
Unidentified users detected in public common area.
Deja vu all over again.
Calculated. Locomotive maintaining trajectory. Intervention not required.
Was that Tron narration?
Probably.
Yeah, I couldn't understand what was being said, but it was a different voice, and it sounded cool.
It sounded cool.
Well, it sounded, then I was interrupted by cool.
Yeah.
That's the secret that makes intergalactic travel possible. So simple once you hear it, right?
So wait, is it intergalactic? Aren't we entering a video game? Like,
you might say the sky's the limit, but even that is no obstacle in Tomorrowland.
And here would be a Tomorrowland station, but there isn't one in Florida. I feel like DVC should sponsor this part and do a promo for Bay Lake Tower. It's kind of quiet. Dun, dun. This part always completely silent? Apparently not, according to Statboy, who would know. So interesting. I am one to enjoy the silence.
Now, if you're more the rootin' tootin' type, then partners saddle up. Because this here's Frontierland. Home to cowpokes, campfires, and country bears. This outpost trip around Magic Kingdom is almost complete. I can't think you would...
Possible there was a little narration glitch on this
I hope
ride.
you enjoyed your journey as much as I've appreciated being a part of it. We're now approaching our most charming destination, Main Street, USA. A place where the only thing sweeter than the townsfolk is the treats. After our stop, we'll be heading for Frontierland, followed by a visit to Fantasyland. For now, stay seated until our train comes to a complete stop. Then pick up your belongings and carefully disembark. If you
So
have
it's-
questions to report, please take them all the way beyond the platform so new passengers can safely hop aboard. It'd be mighty kind of you. And while we're being neighborly, what say we give our fellow travelers a friendly wave hello? This is Main Street Station, after all. Welcome to Main Street, USA.
So,
We are all clear. Please watch your
that boy
and enjoy the rest of your stay here.
Oh, there
knows
isn't
something about how all this works. So we think that was not the accurate narration for the Tomorrowland to Main Street leg. It's not necessarily supposed to be that quiet, and Jeremiah needs to go right again. All accurate. Okay, so you got to hear what was played this morning, but perhaps it is not the 100% accurate narration because it was awful quiet there, and I'm pretty sure we did not somehow transport to Frontierland. Although if we did, that's a pretty cool new addition to the Walt Disney World Railroad. So it's good to know. So there we go. That's on YouTube right now. If you want to go check it out. And hopefully we can get another one up there later today with the complete accurate narration. But that's what happens when new attractions open, even one as old as the Walt Disney World Railroad. But yeah, when we were in that tunnel, I heard a woman's voice and it just sounded kind of, I don't know, computer-like, whatever. I don't know. Anyway, we'll get a better listen. What's the
It's the Game Grid lady.
It was the Game Grid. Well, because when we played the tunnel by itself, I didn't hear it, and so I wasn't sure I was hearing right.
It's because you're old.
It was there.
Okay, so they do have something Tron in there. That's cool. That's exciting. That's really exciting to me. That's a story. Whoever puts in charge of these things, especially since we have a standalone tweet of it. Cool. So that's Disney World Railroad. It opened this morning. We'll have continuing coverage, at least until we get a really good video up on YouTube and Twitter and all of that. So stay tuned. It's also dominating Diz Twitter this morning. So if you're a fan of the railroad, just go to Twitter. So much there for you to enjoy. We're going to do something completely different right now. Fanboy sent us this video. Now, this is actually from Disney Parks, but it is Paris Hilton going undercover at Disneyland. Let's check this out together.
Have you watched it yet?
No.
Okay.
It's from Disney Parks. It's from Disney Parks.
Yes.
It's safe.
No, I know, but I'm saying like the premise is not what it seems.
Oh, you have watched it.
Yes.
Yeah. Go ahead, fanboy. Do I have it?
It's on your screen, dude.
Oh, okay. I didn't add myself. Fanboy must have added it. All right, here we go.
Hey everyone, we're going undercover at Disneyland.
First step, a cute pair of ears.
Loves it. Let's look what we have here. That's cute. Love the sparkle vibes. Step 2, a jacket.
Or a bag.
That's hot.
She said the thing.
And if it's cold out, one more accessory.
A scarf.
Excuse me? Oh, sorry. I thought you were Paris Hilton.
That's okay. Loves it. Hey everyone, we're going undercover at Disneyland.
You know, is there anything more cringe than corporates trying to be hip?
I mean, I just want to know if she made the walk over from Disneyland to the Hilton Anaheim.
Does she have to stay at Hilton's? You know, like one of the richest people probably in the world, and yet she has to stay at a Hilton no matter what.
I mean, Hilton has more luxury brands.
What's the big Hilton luxury brand?
There's Conrad. There's what's the one that is above that now? That also starts with a C. That I stayed at in Vegas. I forget, but yeah, they have a bunch of different brands. They have boutique ones they call too.
Not that. I gotta show this.
But does the link work?
The link works. Paris Hilton was able to attend Disneyland because she is taking advantage of the Anaheim area Hilton hotels offering special limited time Disneyland resort offers. So if you want to be like Paris, head on over to Laughing Place, check out this article and the limited time offer they have for staying at Hilton hotels. And you never know, you might run into Paris or Nikki themselves. Give me the thumbs up down there, Jerm, if you're ready. All right, we are going to bring on Jeremiah Good, who is at the Magic Kingdom this morning. How you doing, Jeremiah?
That's hot.
Actually, it's very cold here, but thank you.
It's actually getting chilly here too. Sorry,
Okay. You pump the No, I'm not going to allow you to say that it's chilly.
It's like there's a breeze. Like I almost have to put on long.
There's a breeze.
sleeves, Carl.
It's negative 26 wind chill here. You stop.
Oh, Jeremiah is enjoying the 60-degree Florida weather. All right. Walt Disney World Railroad, Jeremiah, how was it?
So this was one of those events that, we go to events all the time that are like range from small to, doobie flying to learn about Tiana's Salt Mound. So Salt Dome, sorry. This was, hey, come out and see the train. So we're talking to the proprietor of the train, and all of a sudden he goes, and it's open today. And we all just kind of looked at each other, what? So he goes, yeah, it's open today. You guys are going to be the first people to ride it. We hopped on and got a chance to ride around and see Walt Disney World Magic Kingdom from a view that we have not seen in over 4 years.
And so one of the things was a new narration. What was your initial reaction to that narrator?
It's very old school. To me, it is a perfect narrator. Very much like Disneyland used to be before it became, the neighbor from Tool Time with Santa Claus.
Yes.
The neighbor of Tool Time with Santa Claus. Okay.
That's who the narrator is for the Disneyland Railroad, is the neighbor guy from...
We know who the narrator is for this version.
We do not know the narrator for this one. They even said when we were talking to the proprietor, he's like, I can't speak about the narration or anything. I can just speak that we're excited to have it back. Great narration from start to finish. Lots of fun.
Well, not start to finish.
Yeah. Did you guys notice what was going on the lake from Tomorrowland to Frontierland? Tomorrowland to Main Street?
It's on my video.
I know it is, but that doesn't mean you noticed.
Yes. No, where it's nothing. Welcome to Frontierland. Blah, 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 blah. And our next stop is Main Street, USA. Yes, that was one of those times where we all just kind of went, did we just hear that, or was that in our mind?
So, have you been back on since to hear what it should be sounding like?
I have not. Sadly, it got very busy, and not to make fun of Kyle, in his snowman suit. I am a little chilly.
It looks windy back there. I mean, it looks like a Miami cool, so I'm not going to...
It is getting cool. But yeah, the entire video's up of everything with the exception of 30 seconds of what should be the main street. The highlights are definitely the Peter Pan and Wendy sequence going into Fantasyland, which is lots of fun, and of course the Tron takeover.
So tell us what's going on in that tunnel there.
In the tunnel, the narration starts just like normal, and as we pull into the tunnel, you start hearing it break up. Kind of like we all thought, oh wow, they're having sound issues, and then it's actually the voice or the MC, whatever, checking us to make sure that we are not problematic. And then we go through, and the highlight, if you watch our Twitter or Instagram, you can hear it. When we pull out and the sound comes back in, the narrator goes, and that's the secret intergalactic travel. It's just that easy. And I was just cracking up about it. Like they did a great job making it entertaining, making it so the narration is part of the attraction, not just, oh, here's where we get off.
Cool. Very good. Lots of, I know they had a small media event, but did you notice, are there lots and lots of our kind of people there this morning checking it out?
Yes. I have already been told I am on multiple videos. We got a round trip and we had to stop at each station for the normal stuff, but we weren't putting on guests, but they had guests in the station. So I know Main Street, when we were pulling out and coming back in, I've heard that I need to watch many videos of me videoing other views. Like,
I want to check that out now. Cool. Thanks, Jeremiah. What's it like in the parks this week? Is it pretty busy?
hang on. I will pan around. So I'm actually out on the monorail station.
Yes, you are.
We didn't
And
notice.
I mean, it's not horrible right now, but it is definitely getting busier. I did a quick walk around the park, and everything was not an hour wait, but you could tell as I was leaving certain areas. The first Christmas parade stepped off at noon to the public. That's not part of the Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party. So everybody is here for that, and they're here to see the fireworks tonight.
Which is cool. You get to see the Christmas parade in the daytime instead of just at night, and that's actually a different experience and a lot of fun.
Yes.
So. Awesome. Well, thanks for your time this morning, Jeremiah, and your efforts to get out there early and get the train. Come all the way back from Albuquerque to check this out. We appreciate it.
No problem. Have a good day, guys.
We've started a GoFundMe, by the way, for you to get that pylon. So we are about 0.1% of the way there. So I have high hopes.
Thank you, guys.
All right. Take care, Jeremiah.
Doobie, we were just talking about how busy it is today. Do you care to guess how much it is for Genie Plus service at Walt Disney World today?
If it maxes out at $29, then I'm going to guess today is another $25 day.
It is a $29 day.
Oh, well, maxed out. And when they launched Genie Plus, didn't they say Genie Plus $15 every day?
Yeah. Well, I mean, at the time.
They changed. Now double.
Would you care to guess how much it is at Disneyland? Where the base is $25.
And do they have a max that we know of?
I don't know. I didn't know that we knew the $29 max. I guess people thought we just assumed it was the max because it was what it was now.
Oh, okay. I don't know if we do that. I know I read that somewhere. Disneyland, I'm going to say it's $30.
It is $30. Good job. $1 more than Magic Kingdom or Magic today.
Wow. I mean,
but those people that purchased it in advance, since that's the thing you can do at Disneyland, saved $5 per person.
That's a lot of money. I would love to know, does the dynamic pricing of it and the increased pricing make a difference? Because I know when they used to talk about how full 50% of people bought Genie Plus, which is great for money, but you're supposed to give you an advantage and make sure the line is short and all of that. Has it made a difference? Is it still 50% of the people buying it, or is it, does it? Because obviously, the more people that buy it, the faster rides sell out. So, is it a better experience at $30 than it was at $15? But I don't know. I'd love to know.
No one knows.
So there is no official max. So my mistake. No official maximum. But 29, I think, is the highest we have seen at Walt Disney World. Any other? Oh, we wanted to show off this really cool Photoshop from Deadline. They have a really long, strange read called Bob Iger's Christmas Carol and the Ghost of Past, Present, and Future. I couldn't get through it. It's a really long read,
but stay busy even when there's no news. That's what we're learning. It's not just us.
Check this out.
It's so bad. Like, it's a fine concept. Like, the back is fine, but they're like, that was the best photo they could find to try to, I could do that. And that's not a good thing. And is he, I know was he supposed to be, Ebenezer? Because it looks more like Hatbox Ghost.
Well, it is Disney. I think perhaps that was intentional.
Probably not. I don't expect that the person who wrote this knows that much.
You're saying the person writing a major article for a major industry trade is not aware of the Hatbox Ghost?
I'm saying it's a possibility. I know lots of people that write for these different sites are big fans and would know that, but I feel like I don't think it's as it's not nearly as niche as it used to be now that it actually exists in the ride, but I still don't know if it's exactly mainstream.
I'm looking at this author's previous articles, and yeah, they're all over the place. Disney is not necessarily his beat, so you're probably right. Anything else come up that we should touch on this morning?
I did want to mention, while we're talking about journalists, I came across a story yesterday that was talking about how if you have the Apple Card, you can go and view your top where you spent all your money all year on the card and top merchants, and the author it's like, oh, my top merchant was Disneyland, where I apparently spent $5,000 this year. And that made me laugh because I was not expecting this from a quote unquote mainstream publication.
Disney that is quite a feat of strength, isn't it, Kyle?
But they could spend $5,000. Yeah, speaking of the feats of strength, it is Festivus. I'll be back at 11 Pacific with Michael Mack to discuss our Festivus celebration. So we have our airing of grievances, which is always fun, especially the past year. We have our feats of strength, and then we have our Festivus miracles. So join us at 11 Pacific for that, and share with us your airing of grievances and feats of strength and Festivus miracles.
And that will debut simultaneously with our Festivus article on Laughing Place?
Yes, the article will go up around the same time, if not moments before.
Can you give a tiny preview, one grievance from the article, if you can?
Sure. We were just talking about the pricing of Genie Plus and how that works, and how buying a ticket to Walt Disney World is not as simple as it used to be.
That ticks me off, Kyle.
You know what really grinds my gears?
Got a lot of problems with this company, and they are going to hear about it.
Yeah, got a lot of problems with you people.
Festivus, doing an annual Festivus article, I'm pretty sure was your idea, and that is one of my favorite things. I absolutely love our annual Festivus article. So thanks for that. And I think, is this the second time we're going to be doing it on the air as well?
I think so. That sounds accurate.
So very excited. Check that out at 11 o'clock. Once again, the Walt Disney World Railroad is open. You can go watch the full opening loop on our YouTube channel, and lots of stuff on our Twitter, all over Diz Twitter. And I think that's it for this morning, if I'm not mistaken. That sound like we've covered everything, Kyle? Awesome.
I think so. I got to prepare, got to get the Festivus pole up and decorated. I should do that, except I didn't think I have a softbox light I could wrap some. I don't know if I have any garland.
You've got 2 hours to figure it out, because you have to have a Festivus pole now.
I got a lightsaber back there.
Oh, I thought I was looking outside the window. Okay.
Yeah, that's snow, by the way. If you zoom in, that is snow on my deck.
You want to take us for a walk around the neighborhood?
Well, I have a desktop computer, so it's a little difficult at the moment. But
okay. All right. Well, thanks for joining us, everyone. Once again, in under 2 hours, we've got our Disney 2022 Festivus episode, airing of grievances, feats of strength, and Festivus miracles. Be sure to check that out. Till then, I'm Doobie. This is Kyle. Stat Boy's down there lurking, and we will see y'all next time we do one of these.
Very